Bangladesh has finally moved to act after global outrage over the lynching of a Hindu youth in Mymensingh. 7 suspects have now been arrested in the killing of 27-year-old Dipu Chandra. The arrests were confirmed by Bangladesh's Chief Adviser Muhammad Yunus himself. For India, this development is significant, but it also raises serious questions that go far beyond a single case. Dipu Chandra was a Sanatan Hindu. He was beaten to death in Baluka area of Mymensingh district. His killing came at a time when Bangladesh was already burning with unrest. The Rapid Action Battalion, or RAB, carried out coordinated operations and arrested 7 men linked to the lynching. Yunus said no one involved would be spared. The message was clear. The pressure was mounting. But the timing matters. This lynching did not happen in isolation. It took place amid widespread violence following the death of student leader Sharif Osman Hadi. Hadi was shot by masked gunmen in Dhaka and later died in a hospital in Singapore. His death triggered chaos across Bangladesh. Streets saw mob violence, media houses were attacked, journalists were forced to flee, and minorities once again became easy targets. The Yunus administration has condemned the lynching and appealed for restraint. It is said there is no place for such violence in what it calls the new Bangladesh. It has also expressed solidarity with newspapers whose offices were torched by mobs. But condemnation after the crime is not enough. Arrests after death do not erase fear on the ground. India has been watching closely. New Delhi has repeatedly flagged attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. Former Indian diplomats have used strong words. While Veena Sikri called it mobocracy, Pinak Ranjan Chakravarti warned that extremist elements are exploiting weak governance.
Within 1 minute of Sheikh Hasina leaving the country, they had started the attacks on the Hindu minorities. The killings, the lynching, the rape, destroying their property, destroying their businesses. The same thing is happening now. Yesterday, in a district, in Mymensingh district, and in an area not very far from Dhaka, a young 30-year-old Hindu on a fake charge of blasphemy or something, he was beaten to death and then his body was put on a stick and burnt. Now what kind of a society is this? Is this 21st century? Is this civilization? You're going back to barbarism. Now this must be called out. We must write about that, we must talk about that, we must put it into our media everywhere. But nobody, you're only talking about riots in Dhaka, about Osman Hadi. Nobody is talking about the death of this person by beating and then burning. I tell you, this kind of barbarism is only something that Jamaat-e-Islami has shown itself capable of, because during the 71 Liberation War, this is exactly what they were doing. The genocide against all the intellectuals, the minorities, the Christians, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Sufis, the Ahmadites, this was part of what happened in 71. So they're repeating that situation again. They thought that by pushing out the Awami League, they will have complete control and they can go back to the pre-1971 situation. But they realized that the people of Bangladesh do not want that. The people of Bangladesh remember 1971. They remember the Awami League. They want Awami League back. They're saying it was better before. So now they're doing these kind of absolute cruel gestures, and I think the media must highlight it. This is a message to India, and we are keeping quiet about it.
Well, I think what they are claiming that he said something derogatory against the religious, Islam or something like that. But my information is that that is not true. He said something, but since it was an anti-Indian thing, so they launched an attack on this poor Hindu boy, because in many of those people in Bangladesh, the Muslims, they equate Hindu with India. That's the kind of attitude they have. And anti-Indianism is built in because of our, historical legacy, the partition and things like that. So that kind of mindset remains in India. And plus also there is a mindset that you can blame India for anything. So this is typically what happens in Bangladesh because of their history, legacy, etc. That if something goes wrong there, you just blame India. They never blame themselves.